All right, man. We here, man. We here. Let's get to it. We got Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Black Friday. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. If you guys enjoy what you see, when I'm doing these reactions or breakdowns or hip hop commentary in general, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. But that's only if you enjoy the content. Make sure you do that, man. This has been a request that's come our way. When I say our, I mean on my other channel, Lost in Vegas. Many of you, even though you guys know that I've heard it, and me and myself and Ryan from my other channel, Lost in Vegas, heard this. Nevertheless, I mean, you guys still requested, for years you've been requesting us to get to this one. Well, couldn't necessarily get to it on that channel because we had so much that we try to juggle, man, because we do multiple genres on that channel. But I could get to it here. And I mentioned to you guys that I might get this knocked out. So I wanted to get it knocked out. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Black Friday. This came out, what, 2015? 2016? I think 2015 this came out. I remember it being such a big deal, man. People thought that they were going to have like a collab album and everything when this dropped. So it's going to be fun to revisit this one. I probably heard it twice, if I'm being honest. I mean, probably the last time I heard it is around when it came out. So it's going to be interesting to see how my opinion has changed. Has my opinion changed? Is it the same? You know what I mean? I never told y'all at any point what I thought of this. I don't think we've ever mentioned that in any of our other videos on Lost in Vegas. So it's gonna be cool to go ahead and revisit it. Let's get to it though. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Black Friday. Let's rock.
Did hard like Rottweiler. Can't handle it.
Oh, belly reference. Hard like Rottweiler.
Did hard like Rottweiler. Can't handle it. Can't handle it.
The whole industry been in shambles. Everybody fugazi, I'm just changing the channel. Kendrick Lamar, the people's champion, I'm animal for analysts. Career damaging versus meditating when candles lit. I like my raps extra prolific.
I like that he said that though. The whole industry been in shambles. Everybody's fugazi. I'm just changing the channel. He said, I'm the people's champ, man. And I'm an animal for analysts. I think that again, Kendrick is when I say again, because I've said this in the past, Kendrick is very aware of, I feel like everything, just what the chatter is, what the conversation is, man. What does hip hop need? What is hip hop missing? What do I bring to the game? What can I do to shake the game up, right? So when he says everybody fugazi, I'm just changing the channel. I'm a breath of fresh air, man. All these dudes are doing this. They doing all that. They doing the trendy shit. I'm over here. I'm giving the game a refresh. I'm giving the game a makeover. And or I'm taking it back to where it needs to be. I'm taking it back to the essence. He's always very aware of that, and everything he does is very intentional in bringing that back. So when he says lines like that, I'm like, yeah, this dude is he's just always tapped in. Do you know what I mean? To what I feel like needs to be done in order to sort of provide balance, right? So I'm just changing the channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm an animal for analysts. All the analysts, all the people breaking down bars, you know what I'm saying? All the people who are looking for depth and art and artistry, you know what I mean, while still maintaining certain elements of hip hop, man, I'm talking to them people, and I'm here for them people. But at the same time, I'm gonna do shit that brings attention to that, right? So always aware, right? I like the way he started.
Versus meditating when candles lit. I like my raps extra prolific. Some freestyling, no lunch tables and park benches.
Let me pull that back.
The whole industry been in shambles. Everybody fugazi, I'm just changing the channel. Kendrick Lamar, the people's champion, I'm animal for analysts. Career damaging versus meditating when candles lit. I like my raps extra prolific. Some freestyling, no lunch tables and park benches. And I won't mention my 10,000 hours in training while juggling game banking. My balancing was tremendous. And now we look at the competition as quick submissions. They tapping out before we even get a chance to miss them. What this about?
Damn, they tapping out before we even get a chance to miss them. You already done? That's it. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? You already, you know what I mean? You already, you already finished. You already tired. We didn't even get a chance to miss you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tapping out. Y'all can't handle the pressure that we putting on y'all, right? Other rappers in the game. I like the 10,000 hours that he said. He mentioned 10,000 hours. They say when you put 10,000 hours into anything, you become an expert in whatever that is. So he said he did that while juggling game banging, being a good kid in the Mad City. You know what I mean? Being in Compton. I like that. I like more so than anything right now his command in terms of how he's delivering the material. I just like the way he's riding the beat.
Benches. And I won't mention my 10,000 hours in training while juggling game banking. My balancing was tremendous. And now we look at the competition as quick submissions. They tapping out before we even get a chance to miss them. What this about? Is it money or skill? Maybe it's both, and I got large amounts of it is real. You see, my oath is very unbreakable. My style is never mistakable. I can see y'all incapable. To be the god MCs, you know me well. Ridiculous, venomous, hate in my heart. The sinister, run for cover, my lineage prove itself. I'm rolling.
Getting the command, right? What he's doing in terms of how he's performing the material. Ridiculous, venomous, hate in my heart, the sinister, whatever he said, right? I'm rolling deep in that paper like two Adele's. The way he drags out, the bar at the end. So again, just the command, how he's delivering it. Rolling deep in that paper. Adele made the song "Rolling in the Deep," right? So, and she was a big deal. But he's saying "rolling deep in that paper" like money, right? But "rolling in the deep," referencing that song by Adele, but two Adeles. So, you know what I mean? So, what is it about? Money or skill? Well, I got both of them. You know what I'm saying? What we talk about? We talk about this. I'm killing them here. We talking about that. I'm killing them there, right? So, I'm checking both boxes, baby. Let me pull it back. Then he had the run for cover. Did he have the run for cover shit from Rock? Shout out to Rakim. Eric B and Rakim run for cover that the God MC reference there, because Rakim, called the God MC. You know what I'm saying? And then he made the song Run for Cover with Eric B.
Was in training while juggling, game banking, my balancing was tremendous. And now we look at the competition.
Juggling, game banging, juggling balance, right? It's almost like a circus act, right? I'm juggling and balancing, right? Like a circus act, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately just I was maintaining both, man. Maintaining dealing with the madness in the city that I'm from, while mastering my craft.
And game banking, my balancing was tremendous. And now we look at the competition as quick submission. They tapping out before we even get a chance to miss them. What this about? Is it money or skill? Maybe it's both, and I got large amounts of it is real. You see, my oath is very unbreakable. My style is never mistakable. I can see y'all incapable. To be the god MCs, you know me well. Ridiculous, venomous, hate in my heart. The sinister, run for cover, my lineage prove itself. I'm rolling deep in their paper like two Adeles. Before scholars, I float tighter than virgin lips. We here to shake the game up, and you're flying through turbulence. Everything is high stake nowadays. That's how I play nowadays. It's like an 8-ball to the face nowadays. I'm laced nowadays. My gun is off the waist nowadays. It's 7 figures and retainer for the case nowadays. I'm talking higher power.
That was hard. All of that was hard. I like how he stepped it up. From what I remember when I listened to this in the past, this is when he started to get loose. Before this part where he switched the flow, to be the God MCs, you know me well. When he said ridiculous, venomous, hate in my heart, the sinister, run for cover, my lineage prove itself, right? You know what I mean? My lineage, he's from the lineage of Rakim. I know I mentioned that, but he comes from that crop, right? From that stock, right? The Rakim stock. I think he said later on something about the 80s or something like that. I come from that cloth, right? But when he said we here to shake the game we're here to shake the game up and you're flying through turbulence, I like that. We're here to shake the game up. I'm changing the channel. Everybody fugazi. All you dudes are suckers. You guys are moving on trends. Y'all not staying true to the essence of what hip hop is. I'm here to shake the game up. I'm turning the channel on all that nonsense, right? But when you think of turbulence on an airplane, the plane shakes from the air pressure from the wind and all that shakes the plane, right? And you're flying through it. I'm creating this earthquake, and you got to deal with that. You got to deal with the turbulence that I'm providing to the game, right? So cool. But when he switched the flow up here, we're here to shake the game up, and you're flying through turbulence. Then he said everything is high stakes nowadays. That's how I play nowadays. It's like an 8-ball to a face nowadays. High stakes, 8-ball to a face. When you think of an 8-ball, it's cocaine, right? Taking cocaine to the face, right? Getting high is not high, but high stakes, but also getting high as in being high on cocaine. I'm laced nowadays, right? I'm laced when you think of being laced, drugs, you lace a blunt with certain drugs, right? And it makes you even higher. But I'm on that type of time, right? I'm performing at a different level, right? Like I'm out of my mind with this shit, right? I'm laced, I'm ready for war. And then my gun is off the waist nowadays. Why is his gun off the waist? Because he's prepared for any threat. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he's just looking for smoke. You know what I mean? When your gun is off the waist, that means you're looking for whatever, right? You're looking for smoke, or you're prepared for smoke to come your way. You know what I'm saying? It's 7 figures in retainer for the case nowadays. Why would you have a lawyer on retainer? Because you're prepared for any lawsuits that you may cause. You know what I mean? From having that gun off the waist, or for any drama, any smoke that comes your way. Like he's just on guard. He's on high alert. Because he's maybe on attack mode and he's here to shake the game up, man. So he's ready for whatever smoke comes his way. So all of that was nice. I like that. Before that, I thought it was more so the way he performed the lyrics, his delivery. I didn't think there was much in this lyrically before he got to where we're at right now. But I do think the entire way through, I love just the command and how he's been delivering the content. So let me pull it back.
We're flying through turbulence. Everything is high stake nowadays. That's how I play nowadays. It's like an 8-ball to the face nowadays. I'm laced nowadays. My gun is off the waist nowadays. It's 7 figures and retainer for the case nowadays. I'm talking higher power every other hour since Eddie Bowers and stash boxes and lead showers. Breaking the padlock and the dead coward. Dying 1,000 deaths. Entire lion surround itself with bears watching. Nigga, you share a profit. This is what they want. I'm the one. This is vintage from 1980 some.
Let's talk about it, though. I like the coward dies 1,000 deaths, right? I love that because all that simply means is that, you can't live in fear. If you live in fear every day, you're almost like sort of, you're scared to do anything, right? So you're killing yourself. You're killing your opportunity to live if you're just living in fear constantly, right? But, people who are brave, man, they only have to die one time. You know what I'm saying? Because, you're not living in fear, in anticipation for the bad thing to happen. Your anticipation for the bad thing happening is killing you before the bad thing happens, as opposed to just being brave and bold and living life like it's your last day on earth, right? You know what I mean? But if you're living in fear, you don't live. You're just paralyzed and with fear, and you don't want to do anything, right? You're a coward, man. You're not living, right? So I like that line, and how it relates to what he was saying is I think that he's being bold. He's being brave. He's trying to take the game, right? He's trying to take the reins and go against whoever wants war. I don't live in fear. You know what I'm saying? And what did he say? A lion surrounded by bears or what have you. I don't know if that means just he's the lion and then he has animals around him, you right, to put work in with them. And then he said, what did he say? The stash box. What did he say? I'm talking higher power every other hour since Eddie Bauer stash box and lead showers, breaking a padlock. I just think that means I've been doing this. I've been on this higher power shit, which I believe is just sort of this conscious, militant, saying black mindset, right? How higher power. He has a song, High Power, that J. Cole produced, right? I've been on this revolutionary mindset for a while now, since Eddie Bauer. Back when Eddie Bauer is a fashion designer that's been out. That was a big deal in the 90s. Eddie Bauer used to have sort of this collaboration with the Ford Expeditions. Remember the Ford Expedition Eddie Bauer joints? But anyway, since stash boxes, having a stash box in a you know what I'm saying, in a ride, man, for the gun or what have you. You know what I mean? So, lead shower, since being in the hood with people shooting around me, right? Being coming up from violence, breaking a padlock, probably talking about breaking and entering. Or maybe breaking and entering into the game. But since, breaking a padlock, maybe B&Es, robberies. Since back then when we were wild, rambunctious children, you know what I'm saying? So since then, I've been on that type of time is what he's saying. I've been on this higher power, revolutionary mindset to take it by any means mindset, I think is what he's saying by saying all that. So yeah, man, the way he rapped that, again, since that flow changed from everything is high stakes nowadays, that's how I play nowadays. It's like a gun off the waist nowadays. From that point on, he started to cook. Let me pull it back.
Coward dying 1,000 deaths. Entire lion surround itself with bears watching. Nigga, you share profit. This is what they want. I'm the one.
Said you share profit, huh? Share a profit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that means that you sign a bullshit record deals, you share a profit. I'm not sure what he means by that. You know what I'm saying? Or is he a prophet? Is it a homophone for profit? Profit, Profit, or profit, Prophet. You know what I'm saying? Like you're sharing this prophecy. You know what I'm saying? You're part of this prophecy. Or profit, maybe both. Interesting. Pull it back.
Dying 1,000 deaths. Entire lion surround itself with bears watching. Nigga, you share profit. This is what they want. I'm the one. This is vintage from 1980 some. I'm the son of the pioneer that got you near the sun. Play with him, bitch. You better off voting for Donald Trump. I'm yelling Mr. Kanye West for president. He probably let me get some head inside the residence. I'm in the White House going all out, bumping college dropout. God bless Americans.
See, Kendrick just has this way of I call it sort of like it's almost like you're recapturing the listener's attention, right? We're human beings, right? After a certain period of time, man, we start to sort of zone out, right? They say, what do they say? The average person's attention span is like 20 minutes. If someone's doing a lecture, after about that 20-minute mark, your brain starts to wander a little bit. Obviously, that's not necessarily relevant to this, but I think that Kendrick is very sort of just aware of constantly providing stimuli, right? You know what I mean? Whether it's his flow change, whether it's his pitch changes. This is what they want. I'm the one. you know what I mean, get better at voting for Donald Trump. So he's just constantly changing his flow, right? I think this is like the 4th or 5th flow change we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? What did he say? Everything's high stakes nowadays. It's how I play nowadays. Flow change. This is what they want. Flow change. Ridiculous, venomous, you know what I mean? Sinister in my heart, right? Again, just another sort of staccato-like cadence in there. So it's constant flow changes to keep you immersed in what he's even doing. You know what I'm saying? In addition to that, then he has, you better off voting for Donald Trump. Then your ears are really going to perk up, right? This is back in 2015, the irony, right? Donald Trump being the president, you know, of the United States, but the irony of him saying that. But like him saying something like that, oh, that's a controversial thing. So again, when I've always said this, man, he understands the moment. He understands what needs to be done in the moment to catch the listener's attention and to sort of like shock the system, right? He just knows what to kind of do, right? And it's shit like that. Donald Trump, then he said, you know, I'm yelling Mr. Kanye West for president. He'll probably let me get some head inside a residence, right? Kanye West will let him get some head inside the White House, right? Kanye West, I believe, was running for president or said he was going to run for president back then, if I'm not mistaken. So, oh, Kanye West for president. Oh, it's the Kanye thing. We saw Kanye on TV with the hat saying that he was running for president and it had the year that he was going to run on the hats. Oh, Donald Trump, he's in the news, right? These are things that are sort of in vogue, right, to talk about. And he attaches himself to it, or he says something, right? In addition to the flow changes and all these things that just constantly keep your attention on him. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know, that's the magic of what Kendrick does. Let me pull it back.
1980-something, I'm the son of the pioneer that got you.
I like that he said this is vintage from 1980-something. It's kind of what I was talking about. He's from that cloth. When he says 1980-something, we talking about, and he said after that, I'm the son of the pioneer that got you near the sun. You know what I'm saying? So he's just talking about being from 1980, from that cloth. You know what I mean? Pioneer rappers, Rakim, you know, Melly Mel and all them. I'm from that type of cloth. You know what I'm saying? And then he came off after that. He said, play with him. You know, you better all voting for Donald Trump. Instead of playing with him, you better all voting for Donald Trump. Again, just the irony of that. But don't play with him is what he's saying. You better off doing some wild shit than playing with him.
This is what they want, I'm the one. This is vintage from 1980-something. I'm the son of the pioneer that got you near the sun. Play with him, bitch, you better off voting for Donald Trump. I'm yelling Mr. Kanye West for president. He probably let me get some head inside the residence. I'm in the White House going all out, bumping college dropout. God bless Americans. Nothing more influential than rap music. I merge jazz fusion with the trap music. I mix black soul with some rock and roll. They never box me in, I'm David blaming all you hoes. Oh yeah, let's go there. My DNA is DMT.
Another flow change right here. Oh yeah, let's go there. My DNA is DMT. Right? Another flow change. Right before that. And I think also what happens, and I think a lot of like artists that we consider great, they let you know what they're doing, right? It's almost like when Kanye West called himself a genius before everyone else did. I think sometimes you have to let people know in case they don't know. Let me tell you what I am. Let me tell you what I'm doing. And they do it in different ways, right? Like, in case you don't know, I merged jazz fusion with rap. Oh, you know, I do rock and roll with soul, right? I add soul music with rock and roll, just so you know I'm doing shit that has never been done before. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to let them know. Like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So now people start to, once that seed is planted, now they're starting to say, oh, he's special. You know what? Maybe I didn't grasp that initially, but he's telling me what he's doing. Kanye West said, no, I'm a genius. You need to understand. You need to recognize what's happening. And I think those little seeds being planted, I think they add to the narrative of an artist when the artists themselves say specific things. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull that back a little bit.
All out, bumping college dropout. God bless Americans. Nothing more influential than rap music. I merge jazz fusion with the trap music. I mix black soul with some rock and roll. They never box me in, I'm David blaming all you hoes. Oh yeah, let's go.
Sorry, yeah, I never box me in. David Blaine and all you hoes. David Blaine is a magician. You know, he can't be boxed in, right? Because he's a magician, so he escapes, you know, these sort of, he has these magic tricks where he escapes being in boxes and various things, right? But Kendrick can't be boxed in artistically, right? He mixes rap and jazz and rock and roll and blues, right? He's willing to push boundaries artistically, right? I'm David Blaine, all you hoes, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of the box is what he's saying.
Nothing more influential than rap music. I merge jazz fusion with the trap music. I mix black soul with some rock and roll. They never box me in, I'm David blaming all you hoes. Oh yeah, let's go there. My DNA is DMT, I'm so real. My juvenile was wilder than the no yeah. A locomotive, couldn't track me down in my co-rap. Running this shit with 4 pair. Son of a bitch, I might demolish your bitch right in front, yeah. Chico, what have you done here? Debo, all of it, one yeah.
See, none of this to me is lyrically crazy. But the way he's delivering it, this is what I said about Kendrick Lamar when he tries to bar up. It doesn't ever really blow me away when he's in this bag. This whole thing is not really blowing me away lyrically. It's not bad. It's solid lyrically, and he has some good lines here and there, but it's nothing like, wow, right? The way he's performing it is crazy, though, right? He said, oh, yeah, let's go there. My DNA and DMT is so rare. My juvenile was wilder than a no, yeah. A locomotive couldn't track me down from in my career, right? You know what I'm saying? Running this shit with 4 pairs. Son of my bitch, I might demolish a bitch right in front, yeah, right? So this delivery, oh yeah, it's so rare, go there, right? Nasty in terms of the cadence, right? But what he said was, my juvenile was wilder than a Noya. So he's talking about Juvenile the rapper, who is also from New Orleans. But also what Kendrick is saying is his juvenile years were wild, right? Just like wilder than a Noya. But Noya, New Orleans, is known for being, at one point, I think it was the murder capital of the United States, right? But Juvenile is from New Orleans. Juvenile, and obviously New Orleans is a wild city. But also Kendrick's juvenile years were wild, right? So that was cool. You know, a locomotive couldn't track me down in my career. Running this shit with 4 pairs. Son of my bitch. Might demolish. You know, cool. Nothing crazy lyrically. Cool. But the delivery was top notch. Let me pull it back.
Me and I'm David blaming all you hoes. Oh yeah, let's go there. My DNA is DMT, I'm so real. My juvenile was wilder than the no yeah. A locomotive, couldn't track me down in my co-rap. Running this shit with 4 pair. Son of a bitch, I might demolish your bitch right in front, yeah. Chico, what have you done here? Debo, all of it, one yeah. Mississippi to California, it gets annoying, yeah. Niggas wanna deploy him and bitches wanna adore him, but industry shit ain't for him. Probably thinking it's for him, only one me. Swallow the key and kicking the door in. Never leasing my foreign. Mr. Valak Victorian, studied the game before them. Listen to you abort them, baby rappers support them. To the grave I deport them, corporations extort them. I'm snapping off my endorphins, an alien mighty morphin. My radius rather gorgeous, 100 built to the domain, 100 million my fortune. They call me back in the morning, you're racing against the tortoise. Pace myself is important, lace myself with the wisdom. My playing is an enormous, so pay them in for performance.
Yeah. This is when I realized, when this came out, the change in, I think this sort of, I just found out that this is where I was like, oh, Gen Z is a little different than we are, right? Like Gen Z is different than what millennials are, and Gen Alpha especially. This is when I knew the game had kind of changed a little bit, because this is like what so many Kendrick fans like would email us like, yo, Kendrick was so barred up. He killed this bar-wise, man. This is the best bar. And I'm like, and I remember listening to this back in 2015, and I thought he did a great job. Like, it's not all about barring up. You know what I mean? I want to be clear. Even though I'm a bar guy and I love bars, you know what I mean? And I think that is like the highest level of rap. And we could talk about that with the whole Lupe Fiasco shit going on, because it's the storytelling conceptual versus barring up. And I would love to make a video about that, because it's no right or wrong answer. It's all valuable. It's all needed in hip hop, and it all makes hip hop great. There is no right or wrong answer. But there are things that I think are of a higher level that I think are the best when it comes to lyricism. I think there's certain things that I hold in higher esteem. That's just a preference of what I like versus other things, but it doesn't mean those other things aren't valuable and can't be done at a high level either. But anyways, when Kendrick fans presented this to us, when I was just like, I forgot what it was. It was actually even during the battle. They was like, yo, Kendrick has bars and this and that. Y'all don't know. And then they would bring this up in the BET freestyle, right? And maybe I could do the BET freestyle as well. I was just like, I don't really think he's barred up in this. You know what I'm saying? I never really thought that. I thought he performed it well, and I still think it's dope. But all it is excellent, top-tier cadence that's very unique to Kendrick. I don't know if I ever heard a cadence quite like this before Kendrick, right? And I heard 1,000 cadences, but the way he approached this was so unique and so dynamic, right? You know what I mean? What did he say? But if I read the lyrics, this is how you know if someone has bars. Just read the lyrics. Don't worry about the flow. Try to tune out the beat and just read it. So if I read it, you know, Mr. Valak Victorian, you know, Mr. Valak, not valedictorian, Valak Victorian, victorious is what he's saying. You know what I mean? But the head of his class, right? And he's victorious by being the head of his class, like a valedictorian. Studied the game before him. He studied the game before him. Listen to you with boredom. Baby rappers, abort them. Baby rappers, you guys are little you babies, man. I'll get you out of here. I'll destroy you. Abort you like a baby would be aborted. Cool. To the grave, I deport them, right? Send them to the grave. Corporations extort them. I'm snapping off my endorphins. I alien Mighty Morphin. So he's just alien Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reference right there. When you power up, you know what I'm saying? He's powering up almost like he's going into Super Saiyan mode, right? My radiance is rather gorgeous. 100 bill to the doorman. 100 mil in my fortune. They call me back in the morning. Okay, all that's cool. You're racing against the tortoise, right? Tortoise and the hare. You know what I mean? But the tortoise wins in the end with the story of the tortoise and the hare. Pace myself, it's important, right? Just like the tortoise paced himself in that race against the hare, who appeared to be faster or appeared to be favored to win the race. Lace myself with wisdom of my playerism enormous. So pay the man for performance, saucy all of my garments. None of that, to me, is necessarily very clever. It's nothing high level in that lyrically, based off of what my idea of what high level lyricism is. But the delivery and how he was doing it, I'm going to keep reinforcing this, is what makes this dope. So when Kendrick fans, I say all that to say, I realize that what bars mean and what it means to be barred up completely got lost somewhere. And what the new Gen Z started thinking bars was more about cadence and delivery. You know what I mean? It was more about scheming more than anything. It wasn't actually what was being done lyrically. That's when I knew, like, oh, things have changed. I think that they're not understanding, what bars mean. You know what I mean? It was this. This is like, it was before this, but this was like the art, because Kendrick is such a popular artist. So once people started saying Kendrick is barred up, I'm like, I don't know about that. He's great. He ain't barred up, though, right? So it's just interesting with this conversation about lyricism happening right now with Lupe and Kendrick and styles of rap. I love it. I love it, by the way, this whole storytelling and bars and all this other, what do you value, what's great, what's not. I love all these conversations happening because I think it's well past due for us to have these conversations, because I feel like, there's just been confusion on what lyricism means and what delivery and cadences and all that means. Those are two completely different things. Lyricism is when I read the shit, what level is the lyricism at? What do the words mean? And what is the skill used to bring whatever idea or perspective of life using lyricism? Like just words, not what the beat is and not how they're delivering it. So, and this is an example of, in my opinion, not really being that clever or witty or profound or insightful or anything like that lyrically, but with a top notch dope ass delivery, right? Schemes, right? The way he's approaching it, delivery wise is excellent. Cadence wise is top tier. Let me pull it back.
Mr. Valedictorian, studied the game before them. Listen to you abort them. Baby rappers support them. To the grave I deport them. Corporations extort them. I'm snapping off my endorphins. An alien Mighty Morphin. My radius rather gorgeous. 100 bill to the doorman. 100 mil in my fortune. They call me back in the morning. You're racing against the tortoise. Pace myself is important. Lace myself with the wisdom. My playerism enormous. So pay them in for performance. Saucy all on my garments. Jimmy Kendrick's performing. This fucking studio haunted. I tell a bitch, don't sweat me. I kill it so fucking.
All of that. Pause. I tell a bitch, don't sweat me. Flow change again. He's at like 5 or 6 flow changes in this verse, man. You know what I'm saying? Just dynamic.
It's important. Lace myself with the wisdom. My playerism enormous. So pay them in for performance. Saucy all on my garments. Jimmy Kendrick's performing. This fucking studio haunted. I tell a bitch, don't sweat me. I kill it so fucking beat if cold, let me. Please call. Eve should've never sent the instrumental. Every time I start writing, I get sentimental. This shit is just not fair.
Again, the performance. When Lupe says Kendrick is a very great performer of lyricism, I think this is what he's talking about. Now he said, I kill this whole beat if Cole lets me. When you kill something and someone dies or something dies, you can get sentimental over killing it. Right? So you think of someone at a funeral, someone dies, right? You know what? So he killed the beat. Now he's sentimental because he's killing it. So now he's performing like he's crying at a funeral for killing the beat. This shit is not fair, right? The crying. But that's all a part of the performance that brings the verse alive, that captures the listener's attention, right? You're like, wow, this motherfucker said fuck Donald Trump. I'm going to get Kanye West for president. I'm going to get head at the White House. Then he's crying on a beat. Then he's switching flows 6-7 times. There's a lot of boxes that Kendrick is checking here, which is why I understand why his fans and many people think that he sort of shined the most on these tracks between him and Cole. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that he's checking. A lot of boxes that he's checking. There's a lot that he's doing in here rap-wise.
Sweat me. I kill it so fucking beat if Cole let me. Please, Cole. Eve should have never sent the instrumental. Every time I start writing, I get sentimental. This shit is just not fair. But why the fuck should I care? The story of your life here. 2 young stars was born and y'all gon' die here. Oh Lord, gotta be the yam.
Flow changed. You know what I mean? After the crying, you know, then he made a statement to your, you know, and then he knew what statement to make at what time, right? He came off of crying, sentimental. Then he said, 2 young stars were born and they gonna die hell. Oh, no. Again, cadence change. Once again, oh, no. Da, 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 oh. Changing the stimulus, right? To continue to keep the listener's attention. But also 2 young stars were born and they gonna die here. Him and J. Cole are 2 young stars. J. Cole did The Star Is Born with Jay-Z on Blueprint 3. The Star Is Born, but Kendrick added in himself in that, right? We were born around the same. We came up. You know what I mean? We part of the big 3 or 2, or at the time, I think Kendrick thought it was a big 3 too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and y'all gonna die here. Like, it's over. We're taking the game over. 2 young stars were born and we killing the game, and y'all gonna die now. It's over for you guys. Also, the Jimi Hendrix reference, right? I like that. Jimi Kendricks is what he called himself, right? I think that he's referencing the Haunted Studio that it was rumored that Kendricks performed at, if I'm not mistaken, but Hendrix performed at. So, you know, again, just pay attention to the stimuli. Constant changes, constant sort of introductions to new sounds and new rhythms, right? You know what I'm saying? He's using his voice as an instrument, as a way to, you know, connect to the listener.
I kill it so fucking beat if Cole let me. Please, Cole. Eve should have never sent the instrumental. Every time I start writing, I get sentimental. This shit is just not fair. But why the fuck should I care? The story of your life here. 2 young stars was born and y'all gon' die here. Oh Lord, gotta be the yam. Billboard list need Tupac down, but number 9 make sure he lives on. Yeah, Oochie coochie, pussies in the trance. Every day a celebration, but even the valley peak to me is not validation.
Back in pocket. I hate, you know, I'm gonna keep stopping it. You know what I mean? Y'all heard it 1,000 times, man. I'm gonna stop the shit. But you know, he went from 2 young stars was born and y'all gonna die here. Music is out, right? Right? The music pauses. 2 young stars was born, which means he wants you to hear what he's saying right there, right? Shout out to J. Cole and him. 2 young stars were born and y'all gonna die here. Then, oh Lord, cadence change, right? Gotta be the yams, right? Billboard list need Tupac. Damn. Then he said, but number 9, make sure he lives on. Yeah. Another flow change, right? Billboard list need Tupac. Damn. So, you know, Tupac, I think Billboard didn't have Tupac on its top 10 or some shit like that back in the day, right? So I don't think it ranked Tupac in the top 10 for whatever that was. And Kendrick saying Tupac needs to be on the top 10, but he's going to live on through me because I think he was number 9 on the Billboard, if I'm not mistaken. So when he says, but number 9 will make sure he lives on, he'll make sure Tupac lives on through him. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. I don't know what list they talking about not having Pac up there, but they tripping. But let me pull it back.
Oh Lord, gotta be the yam. Billboard list need Tupac down, but number 9 make sure he lives on. Yeah, Oochie coochie, pussies in the trance. Every day.
Who made that song Oochie Coochie La La La? Oochie Coochie La La La. MC old school dude, either early 90s or very late 80s. Oochie Coochie La La La. Y'all remember that joint? You know, it's only gonna be millennials. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to be millennials that would know that. Oochie Coochie La La La. Anybody who knows that, man, Google that shit. Let me know.
He lives on, yeah. Oochie Coochie, pussies in the trance. Every day a celebration, but even the valley peak to me is not validation. Nigga, this TDE and my doggies be salivating. Salaries, better ratings, and casualties all around me. Don't make me do demonstrations. Whoa. Murder my...
Yeah, let me pull it back. That pocket that he's in is nasty, though. Every day is a celebration, but even the valley peaking to me is not validation, right? I like that line. I just think Kendrick saying the valley peaking him. I don't know if that just means where he's from, the valley, California. That's just, even that isn't validation to him. I think he just wants everything. He wants it all. I deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? peaking him. Obviously, there's peaks and valleys, right? It's a play on peaks and valleys, but the valley peaking him, putting him at the pinnacle, is just not validation. So even that isn't enough, I think is what he's saying. But then he said TDE and my doggies, TDE Top Dog Entertainment, my doggies will be salivating, salaries, better ratings. Okay, cool. Again, more about how he's delivering it, but the pocket he's in, the way he's delivering it is crazy.
Y'all gon' die here, oh Lord, gotta be the yam. Billboard list need Tupac down, but number 9 make sure he lives on, yeah. Oochie, coochie, pussies in a trance. Every day is celebration, but even the valley peak to me is not validation. Nigga, this TDE and my doggies be salivating. Salaries, better ratings, and casualties all around me gon' make me do demonstrations, whoa. Murder my allegations and burning my finger traces and turning my power pages and earning royalty payments. I'm sorry you're not relating, this party is reservated. I kill it so motherfucking beat if J. Cole say it. My nigga each shot the instrumental, I gotta slay it. I gotta lay it, gotta show you fuckers I'm not to play with the records. Have been my favorite, King Kunta the fucking greatest, whoa! Burning my lever.
Yep.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
I remember that. So when you hear it, murder my allegations and burning my finger traces, you hear the intensity of it, right? And you hear how he schemed in this. Murder my allegations, and journey my power patience, and earning my royalty payments, right? Earning, journeying power, and then royalty. So that the internal, external schemes in this, coupled with the intensity, right? And then the intensity of his voice, the way he's going, it feels like he's going. He is going hard. But early 2000s, 90s George would have been like, this was okay. And I think because lyrically, I don't think it was anything that crazy in this. It was about the performance of this that I think has made it special. But I didn't care as much about how you said things. I did care. It's always mattered to me. But it was like, you think I'm bad now. Back in the day, if you weren't barred up, man, I wasn't really taking you that seriously as a rapper because lyricism just was weighted so heavily to me. And it still is. Again, if you think of a pie chart, lyricism is weighted by far the most heavy to me. It takes up the vast majority of my pie chart. I don't know about anyone else's. I'm not right or wrong. It's just my opinion. But it's about 80% for me. I'm throwing it out. I could change that number. It's about 70, 80% though. And then everything else, flow and all that other shit, is 20, 30%. But lyricism is extremely important to me. But maybe I'll say this. Maybe back in the day it was like 80. Maybe now I'm more about 70. You know what I'm saying? I've grown, maybe 60, who knows? But I've grown to appreciate all other aspects of rap much more than I did back in the day. Again, they always mattered, not quite as much as they do to me now. I've softened up a little bit, and now I've just grown to appreciate. I've grown to appreciate schemes and all that a little bit more than what I did. So back in the day, George would have been like, he was aight, you know what I mean, bar-wise, purely lyricism. It was cool. But 2026 George can really appreciate what Kendrick did on that. I think he crushed that in terms of how he performed that, understanding moments, voice inflections, tone, schemes, right? The delivery. And he had some bars in there too. I like the gun off my, what do you say? It's like an 8-ball to a face nowadays. My gun is off the waist nowadays. It's 7 lawyers, 7 figures for an attorney or something like that for a case nowadays, right? I like certain shit that he was saying. But I believe this verse is largely revered and loved by fans, I think, because of how he performed the material. That's just how it feels to me. At least that's how I look at it. I don't look at this as some bar fest because I don't believe he had bars like that. But I do believe he performed his ass off, and it was special. You know what I mean? For that reason. But yeah, man, dope. Let's get the Cole.
Yeah. 10 toes to the ground.
And Kendrick's beat was just, I like the all right beat, don't get me wrong, but that Tale of Two Cities beat was just hard too. It's a beat that you gotta approach with a certain level of like energy and aggressiveness with. This is more smooth to me. It still has dynamics in there, especially with how the drums are placed in his beat, but it ain't as hard though. It's a Tale of Two Cities.
10 toes to the ground. Yeah. Hey, let's get the proceeding this evening. No promethazine, I'm a king, no leaning. I got a better way to fight these demons. Fuck do you know about my pain? Blah.
Okay, that's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it's almost like you can feel like Kendrick took the the wind out of the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like following that up. Murder my allegations and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da when he paused and came back again. Like, it's just a lot that he did in that in terms of how he performed it. And then you come to this, and the beat is just a little bit more laid back. I wouldn't call it a laid back beat, but in comparison to A Tale of Two Cities, it's more laid back. So you could feel the air was taken out of the room a little bit. So when Cole comes in, it's kind of like, da-da-da-da-da, you know, let's get the proceedings. You can feel that it just feels like something, it's a level shift. Even though he hasn't really said much of anything yet. And I think psychologically that was in people's heads when they heard the two of these guys. Like, they were like, oh, yo, Kendrick washed him. It's not that he necessarily washed him. It's just that, well, maybe, depending on what you think. But I just think that it's just such a change, right? It was almost like when you hear somebody go crazy and perform their ass off, and you hear somebody with a different approach that's more smooth and laid back, and this is energy filled, it's just such a difference in the energy that it could appear a certain way, right? So it's just, now we have to bring it back down and get into the mode like, oh, this is just a smoother approach to a different beat. But it's hard to do that with such an energy-filled, powerful beat like A Tale of Two Cities and the way that Kendrick performed it. But he said, let's get the proceedings proceeding this evening. No promethazine, I'm a king. No leaning. Promethazine, we call it lean. You drink it, it's a drug. Makes you sluggish, slow. But I'm a king, no leaning. This is what, J. Cole had the KOD album when he talked about, drugs and friends and all that. We're using drugs to cope and medicate. I'm a king. I don't do that. I don't do drugs to medicate. I got another way to fight these demons. I'm going to get on this microphone, man, and vent and pour my spirit and my soul out on this microphone is what he's saying, I think, by saying that. So I got another way to fight these demons. Okay. Fuck do you know about my pain? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to vent to you. I'm going to let you know what my pain is. And that's going to help heal me, right, through my music.
Yeah. Hey, let's get the proceeding this evening. No promethazine, I'm a king, no leaning. I got a better way to fight these demons. Fuck do you know about my pain? Blah. Let's get the proceeding this evening. No promethazine, I'm a king, no leaning. I got a better way to fight these demons. Fuck do you know about my pain? If I quote it, nigga, I wrote it, nigga. 6 headshots, Ollie wrote a nigga. Pop another clip and I'm reloaded, nigga. Ain't no way around it, I'm the coldest, nigga. Do a nigga dirty like a clone, my nigga. Get you cleaned up, then I fold you, nigga. Shout out to the haters who promote a nigga. Flow hot, whip cold, I'm bipolar, nigga. But I don't like the...
Yep. I can hear Cole is more conventional in bars, right? Even if the bars to me are okay, I can hear the punches. You know what I'm saying? If I quoted dude, he's using the N-word a lot. And I think that's kind of like what, I think I remember when this first came out, Kendrick fans there were some Kendrick fans, or people in general, I want to say Kendrick fans, but some people, all J. Cole is saying is the N-word. Well, it's a specific deliberate delivery. You know what I'm saying, that he's using. It's not about him just saying the N-word the entire time, and that's not all he was saying. But I can understand for people who aren't black, if they heard this, they're like, yeah, they're a little turned off by him just saying the N-word constantly. It can feel, first of all, it's uncomfortable when you're not black to say the N-word. And on top of that, it can feel repetitive, like he's not doing anything. But he is. If I quoted, my man, if I quoted dude, I wrote it, dude. 6 headshots, I wrote a dude, right? Erode, when you erode something, instead of it, you're breaking a dude down, right? Erosion is rocks breaking away, right? But 6 shots, man. It's just gunplay, gun bar reference there. Then he pop another clip. I'm reloaded. Ain't no way around it. I'm the coldest. I think coldest, maybe cold world, but I'm the coldest. You know what I'm saying? As in ice cold with this rap shit. Do a dude dirty. Life's a cold. Cold is dirty. Cold, C-O-A-L. Cold is dirty. Do a dude dirty though. Do him filthy. Kill him on this microphone lyrically, right? Get you cleaned up, then I fold you. So do a dude dirty, but then it's a play on getting clean and dirty, right? But I get you cleaned up also. That's just, a little violent gun bar reference there. Just mean lyrical homicide is what he's saying. Get you cleaned up, then I fold you. You fold laundry, right? When you clean it, clean laundry, dry it, you fold it, right? So, and then he said, shout out to the haters. They promote a dude, right? The haters promote. Thank you, haters. Thank you for promoting me. And that couldn't be further. That to me was illustrated in this whole Kendrick Drake shit, like on both sides. Like all y'all doing is promoting these dudes at this point. You know what I mean? You constantly bringing their name up and putting them in the algorithm. You guys are, the hate, even though you're doing it in a negative sense, you are promoting the hell out of him. You're keeping their name alive. Let me start it back up.
Proceeding this evening, no promethazine, I'm a king, no leaning. I got a better way to fight than demons. Fuck do you know about my pain? If I quote it, nigga, I wrote it, nigga. 6 headshots, Ollie wrote a nigga. Pop another clip and I'm reloaded, nigga. Ain't no way around it, I'm the coldest, nigga. Do a nigga dirty like Cyclone, my nigga. Get you cleaned up, then I fold you, nigga. Shout out to the haters who promote a nigga. Flow hot, whip cold, I'm bipolar, nigga.
Oh yeah, the flow hot, whip cold, I'm bipolar. You know, so when you're bipolar, right, you have sort of mood changes, right? You're hot 1 minute, you're cold another minute. You know what I mean? That means hot, angry, cold, meaning maybe distant, right? Another minute, so mood changes. But his flow is hot and his whip is cold. His flow is hot, meaning he can flow his ass off on a microphone, right? And his whip is cold. Cold is also slang for just really dope. His whip, as in his car, is dope. Flow hot, whip cold, but he's bipolar. So it's a play on, you know, being bipolar, as in the mental illness being bipolar, but also, you know, the play on North Pole, South Pole, right? Bipolar, I guess, as well. But whip code, that was cool. That was cool.
I got a better way to fight than demons. Fuck do you know about my pain? If I quote it, nigga, I wrote it, nigga. 6 headshots, Ollie wrote a nigga. Pop another clip and I'm reloaded, nigga. Ain't no way around it, I'm the coldest, nigga. Do a nigga dirty like Cyclone, my nigga. Get you cleaned up, then I fold you, nigga. Shout out to the haters who promote a nigga. Flow hot, whip cold, I'm bipolar, nigga. But I don't like to talk about a rover, nigga. Keep this shit 100, I just sold it, nigga. Tired of police looking at me like I stole it, nigga. Probably just gon' cop a little Corolla, nigga. Don't need no rollie on the know I'm getting older, nigga. Dreamville going way up like a floater, nigga.
Leave it to cold, man, to keep it humble, right? You know, I don't need to talk about the Rover, man. You know what I mean? The Rover, Range Rover is what he's saying, right? I don't need to talk about having an expensive car, right? You know, I'm tired of police looking at me like I stole it. I'm tired of all the negative attention that having this big expensive car gets me, man. And I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a rollie and all these jewels and all that to feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? I can get me a little Corolla. You bullshit. You ain't gonna get a Corolla. You 6'4", you ain't getting a Corolla. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing that. But I get the point. I get the sentiment, right? Like, I don't need all these things, this ice, these jewels and all that, rolly, flashy cars and all that, you know. But then right before that, though, he said flow hot, whip cold, though. But then he came back. Well, just because I had some little fun, entertaining bars about having a cold whip, let me remind y'all, I don't really need this shit. That's just for entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, tired of police looking at me like I stole it, nigga. Probably just gon' cop a little Corolla, nigga. Don't need no rollie on the know I'm getting older, nigga. Dreamville going way up like a floater, nigga. Couple hands out like I owe them niggas. Where was you when the Civic was getting told, my nigga? No snakes in the grass cause I mowed it, nigga.
Okay, that was cool. That was cool. Dreamville going way up like a floater. When you think of a floater, that's a basketball term. Like typically guards in basketball, when they're driving down the lane, when you have a very tall defender that can block your shot, you have to arch the ball over them, right? Over the hands of the defender trying to block you, and we call those floaters. But Dreamville's going way up like a floater, meaning they're going up, right? His label is rising up the ranks. Then he said, couple hands out like I owed him, right? The pocket he's in is cool too. You know what I mean? Floater, a couple hands out like I owed him, you know? I'm bleeping out the N-word. I don't do the N-word anymore. But, you know, couple hands out like I owed him. Like, I don't remember when y'all, you know, when my Civic was being towed and I didn't have any money, man. I was down on my luck, man, and I was on the grind. I didn't see anybody with their hands out that have their hands out that was there with me. You know, you wasn't in the trenches with me, man, so I don't know why your hand is out. You know what I mean? When my Civic was being towed, when I didn't have money to get my car out of impound, where was you at then? Now that I'm up, now you got your hands out, right? And then he followed that up with, you know, no snakes in the grass because I mowed it. I've always liked that. I've heard that probably 1,000 times in rap where people talk about snakes in the grass. I keep it cut. But I always like that, right? But snakes are symbolic of people who want to do you harm, right? To backstab you. Snakes in the grass, right? And he mowed the lawn. So now he can see it. But how do you sort of signify that, right? When I'm mowing the lawn means I have all of my affairs in order. I got the right team around me. There's people, everybody around me are people that I've put through the gauntlet, the filtration system, and, you know, it lets me know that I can trust them, right? So there is no room for it. So I can see all the snakes coming. I can see the opportunists. I can see the people who don't have my best interest at hand coming, right? Snakes in the grass. Keep the grass cut. Oh, I see you because the grass is cut. The grass is symbolic of, you know, you can't sneak up on me, right? It's being behind these things that I can't see, being blindsided. So I've always liked that. I've heard it a lot in rap. I've always liked it every time I hear it, even if someone's said it before, right? Dope. Let's keep it going.
No rolling on the norm, getting older, nigga. Dreamville going way up like a floater, nigga.
That's I hate to, because it's like when you're making money, you know, and you don't have to make money to know that everybody's coming out the woodworks asking for money. Trust me, money, especially. I would say in this economy, it's always been that way. Like people say in this economy, motherfuckers have been saying in this economy since I've been born. You know what I'm saying? In this tough economy, I feel like it's always been somebody saying in this tough economy, even when times were actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I guess we just didn't realize it now. But I guess I grew up around struggle and shit. So it's always in this economy because everybody around me always fucking struggled on some level. So, you know what I mean? I guess that's why. But, you know, but when you get money, you start getting to that paper, man. You start getting people coming out of the woodwork and everybody's trying to leech. Everybody's trying to take advantage of you. I just read some shit with Floyd Mayweather, who I thought the way he was playing with money, it was just endless. This motherfucker jets and cars and carrying around $1 million cash on him. And now it looks like they're saying he's struggling with money. I guess he said some accountant or something like that took advantage of him. He had some real estate deal and people took advantage of him with that deal, made him sign things, or didn't make him. He signed things, and, you know, there was some deception. So there's always somebody trying to take that money from you. There's always somebody there in the woodwork, right? There's always those snakes in the grass that's trying to separate you from, you know, the wealth that you've achieved, right? That you've made. You know what I mean? They're just, you know, the snakes in the grass, man. You know, they're out for themselves. So I just like that. I guess that's why I like that line, because I keep seeing that same old song over and over again with entertainers and athletes, you know, not being financially literate and people taking advantage of them. That's why that line just sticks with me, even if I've heard it before.
No rolling on the norm, getting older, nigga. Dreamville going way up like a floater, nigga. Couple hands out like I owe them niggas. Where was you when the Civic was getting told, my nigga? No snakes in the grass, cause I mowed it, nigga. Fuck do you know about my pain? Right there. Let me get that again. Talk about it. Fuck do you know about my dreams? Nada.
If you really believe, ain't gotta talk about it. You heard about what happens when you talk about it. Niggas looking at you funny when they start to doubt it. Fucking up your energy when you start to doubt it too.
Roller coaster ride. How much do it cost? If I take a ride. Shout out my nigga.
Cole just made a song in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cole made a song. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick did feel like he was just like he gets the moment. He understands what's needs to be done in a moment to persuade the masses, right? If I'm a casual fan of hip hop, right? And I'm not saying that this isn't meant to disrespect anyone, but I'm talking about it from the people who aren't in the weeds with this shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't know this shit like the back of their hand, who are just sort of casual listeners. They come in when Black Friday and Kendrick and J. Cole, who are big-time mainstream artists, come in and they do this. There's a lot of casual eyes on this, right? And if I'm hearing these two freestyles and I hear a dude say, approach a beat like, I'm murdering that condition, even if I'm not in the weeds with breaking down bars and getting what's happening, I know that this motherfucker sounds like he's going crazy. He just sounds like he is. And I think this other guy is just very laid back, and it's like, okay, then he's making a song. So this other dude is like a rabid pit bull on a beat in terms of his approach. And this other guy is sort of laid back, making a song and all this other stuff, and just kind of like, just kind of, whatever. Lackadaisical, it feels like he's not lackadaisical, but it just feels softer. It doesn't feel like it has the same level of intensity. So a casual fan is going to hear this and be like, absolutely, kid. Yo, J. Cole got his ass destroyed. What are we even talking about, right? Because, they're not in the weeds with breaking the bars down. Also, it makes me feel like the way Cole approached this, it's almost like, again, it's just the way I felt with Drake when him and Drake did First Person Shooter. I'm like, Drake is sitting there like, yo, I pack him in the back like some sardines, Nadine, Charlene. I'm like, what the fuck is Drake doing? This is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Cole is your man and y'all doing this together and want to be kumbaya with the shit, but ultimately, man, you know what this is. You know what this is. You know what I'm saying? You need to get on that track and you want to shine. You want to lyrically show that, you can shine and you can hang and you can do your thing. So taking that Nadine, Chardine, like, whatever he said, at the end of that, I just was like, oh, he's playing around. He doesn't get the moment. He's not understanding the moment, or he understands the moment, but he doesn't want to fully engage because he doesn't want to deal with the comparisons are going to happen regardless. But I don't think he's getting a moment, right? And that's kind of how this felt with Cole. Like, you making a song, this dude came on the track hungry, you could see it, you came in and you're like, talk about it. We don't want to hear a song, man. We want to hear you bar up, crazy. We want to hear you aggressive, barring up. You know, I'm not saying everybody, I'm sure, and I appreciate what Cole did on this, but I get why people felt the way they felt about this. Let me pull it back.
Shit a ride. Start to go to roller coaster ride. How much do it cost? If I take a ride.
Shout out my nigga E.
Whoa,
El Presidente and shit.
How much do it cost?
He want me to talk my shit to y'all.
Fuck around, get lost. Whoa.
Cold world, you should stay off this dick. I sold out the garden, I should play for the Knicks. Took a couple minutes and I sold out Staples. A nigga getting cream like a old ass Laker. But I ain't come to talk about all that paper. That's what they talk about when they ain't got shit to say. Can't understand why niggas never got shit to do. You know the saying, same shit, nigga, different day. I never felt that, no way. Cause on the same day, a nigga doing different shit.
He warmed up right here. To me, start the song this way. Start the freestyle with this shit. Cold world, you should, stay off his dick. I sold out the garden. I should play for the Knicks. Come in with that. Take away the chorus. Take all that out the equation. That's fine. I'm not mad at it. But I don't want to hear a chorus and all that in a freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I want to start cold world. You should stay off his dick. I sold out the garden. I should play for the Knicks. He talking. He popping his shit. So, obviously the New York Knicks play at Madison Square Garden. That's their arena. But Cole's saying he sold out that arena. I might as well just play for the Knicks since I'm selling out the arena like they do, right? That was a slick little bar. Took a couple minutes and I sold out Staples. Same thing. Staples Center in L.A. A dude getting Kareem like an old-ass Laker. That's fine. That's a cool little bar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played for the Lakers. He was old as hell. You know what I'm saying? An old-ass Laker meaning old school Laker, right? And also he played in the Staples Center, right, in L.A., you know what I'm saying? Because he said a couple minutes, it took a couple minutes and he sold out Staples. So Kareem, as in money, but Kareem, as in Sky Hook, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So he's barring up a little bit and I can hear the intensity pick up. Start that shit this way. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But then he said, but I ain't come here to talk about all that paper. That's what they talk about when they ain't got shit to say. I like that line. You know what I mean? They talk about money, materialism when they don't have anything to say. When they're hollow, you know what I'm saying? When they're the shallow sort of materialism, if they're talking about that all the time, we don't know anything about them. We don't know anything about their perspective on life or the world. All they can talk about is money because money makes them. You know what I mean? Money makes them. You know what I mean? The man's supposed to make the money. The money ain't supposed to make the man because that's all you about. You don't have anything going on with yourself, right? So that's when people who ain't got shit to say talk about money. I like that line too. So he started to heat up, man. It's just funny when Cole says shit like that because he'll say, again, he did this before. He did this with the Flow Hot Whip Cold, right? But I don't want to talk about the whip though. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like he has to check that hip hop box and have a gun bar, but then he'll come back and say, no, but I ain't got to shoot. I'm talking about my homies shooting guns, and then he'll say, I'm getting cream like an old ass Laker, right? But it ain't all about money. Like he just has to have these qualifiers or all these things that he does, to sort of like to refresh people. Like I'm the good guy. I'm not the shallow, blingy rapper. We know Cole. You ain't got to do that, man. Just have fun and man, entertain us with the bars, man. We get it. But he just has to like come back and remind people, no, I'm one of the motherfuckers with sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of these degenerates, man, by the way, just because I talk about money and have a gun bar here and there. Yeah, we get it. Let me pull it back.
All that paper, that's what they talk about when they ain't got shit to say. Can't understand why niggas never got shit to do. You know the saying, same shit, nigga, different day. I never felt that, no way. Cause on the same day, a nigga doing different shit. Spit different flows, hit different chicks. Let my bricks and hoes see me fishing chips. Why I do a lot of shows, I'm the shit that's it. Got suicidal doors, I just slit my wrist. Never stingy with the...
He was starting to cook here though, right? You know the same. He said, the same shit, different day. He said, I never felt that, no way. Cause on the same day, a dude doing different shit. I like that line. You know what I'm saying? People, you talk to dudes, man, especially around the way they like, you ask them how they doing. They're like, same shit, man. Different, different toilet, same shit, different day. And he's like, yeah, I can't relate to that. Because on the same day, I'm doing different shit. For you, every day is the same. For me, not only is every day not the same, I'm doing different shit every single day on the same day. You know what I'm saying? So we are not the same. I thought that was a slick little line there. Then he said, let me pull it back. I like that line, though. I'm going to end it, man. I'm going to stop stopping it.
No way. Cause on the same day a nigga doing different shit. Spit different flows, hit different chicks. Let my Brixton hoes see me fishing chips. Why?
The same day, different hoes, shit with shit, Brixton hoes and get shit with shit. And the pocket he's in is nasty. So he's got some slick lines, and the pocket is nasty.
Shit to say, can't understand why niggas never got shit to do. You know the saying, same shit, nigga, different day. I never felt that, no way. Cause on the same day a nigga doing different shit. Spit different flows, hit different chicks. Let my Brixton hoes see me fishing chips. Why I do a lot of shows, I'm the shit that's it. Got suicidal doors, I just slit my wrist. Never stingy with the hoes, word the Cliff and Chris. Or if I fuck 6 bitches, I got 6 assists, nigga. The flow sick as shit.
Word to Cliff and Chris. What'd he say? Cliff Paul from the State Farm commercials. Is that what he's saying? Never stingy with the hoes, word to Cliff and Chris. Cause he said, so if I smash 6 chicks, I got 6 assists. Chris Paul, NBA player. He's known for being one of the greatest point guards ever. And he's one of the highest in terms of assists, passing the ball to people for them to then score the ball. That's an assist in basketball. But he's saying he's assisting his guys with getting women. You know, he'll smash 6 of them and then he'll pass them to his man so they can get, they can get in on the action too, right? Like an assist in basketball. But also Cliff Paul had this little segment on State Farm. He was on the commercials where it was him playing himself, right? It was 2 sides of him or something like that. Like he was playing twins, Cliff and Chris Paul, right? So I think that's just a play on that. But yeah, that was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Chicks, let my Brixton hoes see me fishing chips. Why I do a lot of shows, I'm the shit that's it. Got suicidal doors, I just slit my wrist. Never stingy with the hoes, word the Cliff and Chris. Or if I fuck 6 bitches, I got 6 assists, nigga. The flow sick as shit. Catchy bowler if you bit the shit. I never take, I invent the shit. Then flip the shit, then lit the shit, then bit the shit back twice. I'm that nice. Whew. What's the plan? Coke keeps snapping like a mustard jam. Got a middle finger for Uncle Sam. I done paid so much taxes I can fund Japan. But instead they make a young nigga fund the man. Same man that keep a young nigga under dam. I just cock back nigga and my gun don't jam. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm 100 grand, it's cold. Fucking world, nigga. Dreamville in this motherfucker. Top dog in this motherfucker.
Yeah. Cole did this. I think the second verses, he really heated up, man. I still don't think either Kendrick or Cole were really crazy. Neither one of them were crazy lyrically on this. I do wish that Cole had the same energy in the second part. I think he should have just started with the second verse and then had another one of them joints to end it. You know what I mean? Kept that energy throughout, take away the chorus. But I still think he did his thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the pocket that he was in to end it. You know, Cole snapping like a mustard beat. You think of snaps in a mustard beat. Mustard is a producer. You know, West Coast producer, right? Got a middle finger to Uncle Sam. I done paid so much taxes I can fund Japan. He like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You trying to keep me under. Trying to keep a young brother under paying these damn taxes, man. You know, because we tax the elite. You start getting money, them taxes get crazy. You know what I mean? You better find them little loopholes and tax shelters and things like that when you get rich. You got to figure that out, you know? But anyways, man, yeah, dude, shout out to both Kendrick and Cole, man. This was such a big moment. And that's kind of what I took away from this when it happened. I wasn't overly amazed with the lyricism from either of them, but I did appreciate the moment, and then I did appreciate the energy and their willingness to kind of come together, man, with being the 2 rising stars or the stars of the game at the time in 2015, man. This is when they were both at the peak of their powers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Kendrick's coming off of what? To Pimp a Butterfly? When did that come out? 2014, 2015? No, Forest Hills Drive came out in 2014 and To Pimp a Butterfly came out in 2015. And this was released November of 2015. Kendrick had Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly. J. Cole had already released Forest Hills Drive. You can make an argument that J. Cole probably at that time was probably a little bit bigger of an artist than Kendrick was at that time. You can make that argument. 2 of the biggest rap stars in the game, man, come together with the anticipation of them potentially having a collaboration project. I just thought was such a great moment. And you could tell they both wanted to rap well. And I think they overall rap well. When I'm factoring in all aspects of rap, you know what I'm saying, how they approach the beat, tone, pitch, tone, voice inflections and things like that. I think they both rapped well overall. I'm not saying they didn't rap well. I just wasn't blown away lyrically. And I think it aged pretty well. Do I feel like I ever need to hear this again? No, I think I'm good. I don't think I need to go back to this again. This was fun to revisit, but it's fine. But it was still cool to revisit this, man. They both did their thing. But yeah, Kendrick definitely shined. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Kendrick definitely shined on this more so. But they both did their thing, man. So shout out to everybody that requested that. That's the end of the video, man. If y'all enjoyed that, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. This is Rhyme Rate. I'm out.